At
Awesome.
first, I would like to say you are welcome here, one of the greatest mind behind Marketcipher. You are welcome on my YouTube channel. First of all, can I ask you, how did you find this idea behind Marketcipher, and how much long took you to come with 100% like work functioning?
First off, thanks a lot, bro. Thank you for having me on. And when you told me that you want to reach out to like the Middle Eastern, other side of the world and stuff, I was like, hell yeah. So thank you for being a supporter, man. I appreciate it.
I am so
Um,
happy to have you, Ben.
yeah. So basically the story is TradingView only lets you the free version of TradingView only lets you have 3 indicators on at a time.
Okay.
And so I was always like making indicators, and I started with bot trading. And I'd have to have like 20 different windows of TradingView and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth,
Oh my god.
to, look at everything. And, and so I, have a partner that I met on a real estate deal who was like better, a lot better at programming, scripting than I was. Like, I'm not like a coder, but I learned through bots, and I learned a lot.
Okay.
And he kind of like mentored and helped me through a lot of it.
Mhm.
And basically, I wanted to smash all my indicators together so I have it in one place on the free trading view, so I don't have to have 20 windows. And then, you know, gave it to a couple friends, and I mean, it started really working. It was really working the way that I trade, and what Marketcipher is
Oh,
composed of is just a system that I think is easier to trade and more reliable, and other people did too. So
okay.
said, why don't we just sell it, and start selling it, and here we are today.
Okay. So let's jump to it. Can you show us and explain a little bit about how this market cipher work and how many indicators we have in one single indicator?
Sure, man. So, Marketcipher is a deep system. There's a lot of indicators. Marketcipher is basically composed of 4 main sections. We have Marketcipher A, which is a bunch of indicators on the actual candles.
Okay.
Marketcipher B, which is a bunch of oscillators and different indicators on the bottom of the chart. We have Marketcipher SR, and then the Marketcipher DBSI Dual Band Strength Index. So it's a lot to take in. But there is a basic, what I call basic strategy, like a core strategy that everyone starts with, and that then they go deeper and deeper. And I mean, we have hedge fund managers that manage hundreds of millions of dollars to single mothers all over the globe using this. So I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed.
Okay.
So we're just going to kind of go over like the basic strategy, and then go from there. So here we have, this is one of my tutorials. I have 4 videos on the basic strategy. So number 1 is this green and red wave right here.
Okay.
This is a modified money flow.
Okay.
What it means is when it's going into the green, there's money going into the asset pair. So like Bitcoin to USD, or if you're looking at Amazon stock,
Okay.
it follows the money. So the idea is, if money's in the green and it's going down and heading down, well, naturally, just like a garden, I say, if you water a garden, water's coming in, plants overall are going to grow.
Of course.
Some still going to die. They open and close, but overall they go. When
Okay.
water leaves, naturally, overall, the plants die. Same thing with price action. That's what money is, just water to any asset, right?
Okay. But how can we know how much the money flow is going to be. Is there is any way can show us, for example, this wave is going to be higher than wave before or lower, or just this green wave show us how much momentum we have at the right time?
Yeah, so what we look for with the momentum, or excuse me, with these money flow waves is semicircles, curvature, confident curvature. So for example, this red one right here, you see how it like formed a nice semicircle?
Yes.
What I say is you want to like chop it up into 4s or
Okay.
3s, and when it's about 2/3 or 3/4 in, so let's say if it's like right here, you're going to be looking to maybe get in, you're going to be looking for your other indicators to maybe you know that money's most likely coming in, and that's one of our first indicators. Let me go down to like a super low time frame so maybe we can see some examples here.
Okay.
Okay. And you can just like cut this dead air out, right? So,
Okay.
all right. So we're on a 15-minute chart on Bitcoin, and we see that, all right, we had money came up, and then it's basically making a nice semicircle down. So to me, this looks like the money flow is going to be like coming down probably like this. So I probably wouldn't be looking to long. I'd be looking for other indicators to maybe short this if, you know, the higher time frames are backing me up to, like, see, boom, okay, we're on the 4-hour now. So I zoomed out to a higher time frame, and money has been leaving. Now, the money can get less and less and less, and the price go up and can diverge. But when the money starts getting down to this zero line, that's when you're kind of looking for like caution. The money ain't going to be there to support it. Give you a prime example was in May of, this is 2021. A lot of people, made my, you know, one of my famous sayings was sell in May, walk away.
Yes.
And that's because the flow of this money has been dropping and dropping and dropping. And yeah, price was going up. But once it got into about, you know, you split this in like 4s, like right about here.
Yes.
I knew that eventually it was going to give way. It can't hold up. And then I sold at about 50K was where I sold. And then boom, it
The
gave
price
way. And then
went
boom,
down.
it came down. And then we have, okay, now it's starting to come back up, comes to the zero line, has a little bit of green. So like right here, you have a nice confident circle kind of coming up right here. Money's increasing, fired off the long, and overall, boom, price came up. So it's keeping it simple. It's just tracking the money, or just following the money. And it works on all time frames. Okay?
It is really simple. But for example, if we see like a red dot on 2-day time frame, how much this effect goes to the smaller time frame? Let's see, I am going to go long on the 5-minute. Does this effect of the red dot on 2-day or 3-day?
Okay, good question. So you don't want to get too, you want to know your time frames. And what I say with entering trades is you want to have depending on if you're if you're scalping or going long term, first you have to identify like how long you want to be in a trade. Like, am I looking to trade just for today? Do I want to be in a trade for a week? You know, identify that first. So let's say if I'm looking to like day trade, well, I'm going to start with the higher time frames and kind of like identify the macro, right? So like on Bitcoin here on the 2-day, overall money has been increasing, right? So that's my first overall big trend that I want to be looking to long bottoms, not necessarily short tops. And you know what? I don't want to let me kind of explain basic strategy first. I don't want to like get off track. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, it's okay. Just lead the way.
Cool. All right, cool. So here's one of my tutorial videos, part 1. You can go to the Marketcipher website, click tutorials, and the basic strategy videos are these 4 right here: base strategy volume 1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna just kind of show you what I did here. So I entered a trade and exited a trade in these tutorials. So right here, this was on the 30-minute of Bitcoin. We see we had the money flow starting to cruise to the upside. So that's the first thing we're looking for, okay?
Yes.
Now, number 2 is these blue waves, these blue and lighter blue waves. And what these are a form of momentum. So what you're looking for is for the lighter blue to cut into the darker blue for a reversal, right? So you just look here. So this wave came down, cut in. You have little green dots showing that it cut in. You go up and look in the price. Okay, that was a bottom. It comes up, price went up. And you see that it started to curve right here. Boom, curve down. You're looking for higher lows or lower highs depending on your direction. So you want waves. I call them anchor and trigger waves. If we're looking along, we're looking for a momentum wave to get smaller and smaller and smaller to the upside, right?
Okay.
So if let's go to like a super low time frame. So we're just on the 1 minute, not looking to make any trades, but like right here. So we're deep down. We're in the red, but we see momentum is starting to pick up.
Okay.
Right? So that's second thing we want to look for.
Can we use the 1 minute to find the enter for a trade, or we just take the higher frame?
It works on all time frames. So if there's a time and a place for every time frame, and it depends on you. So Marketcipher works on all time frames. That doesn't mean you want to trade the 1 minute all the time, or the 2 hour
of
all
course.
the time. Everyone's different, man, right? But this all works. This all works on any time frame. I mean, you might not know how far the price is going to go, but you'll know the direction. Like, look here, okay,
Yes.
it was in the red, it's curved back up, and what happened? Right, the price overall came up, and then it's in the green, and it starts to kind of curve down. Price comes down. Now it's thick in the red, it's looking like a circle. So my guess is that we're gonna probably see some type of upward action from here. Maybe we'll see a little bit later on in the video.
Okay.
Now, before I make a trade off that, dude, on the 1 minute, I want to have a higher time frame back me up.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to look for a 1 minute long if the 10 minute is in a deep downtrend.
Okay.
I want to see the 1 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute, and like the 4 hour and 2 hour going in the same direction. Okay.
It's
Multiple
necessary.
time frames showing the same thing. So like here, man, to be honest with you, the 4 hour money flow is creeping down. And we have our yellow wave. This is our VWAP. That's the next thing I was going to talk about. It's coming down, about to breach this zero line.
Okay.
If I wanted to make a long on the 1 minute, like I would, if it moved up, I'd get the hell out. You know what I'm saying?
Because
instead, with this 4 hour looking like this, momentum potentially clipping, sees momentum wave potentially clipping. Let's go to the 2 hour and see what it looks like. Ooh. Okay, so now we see we're on a lower time frame. Here's the 4 hour. We see this momentum wave just maybe starting to pinch. This yellow wave, this VWAP, is another oscillator heading down the zero line. Money flow coming down. Let's go to the 2 hour and see what's going on. On the 2 hour, it clipped. We are in the red. The RSIs are strong, and so maybe this thing's gonna have a little bit of a pullback. We go to the 12 hour. Oh shit.
Oh my
God. The 12 hour looks bullish, right?
Very bullish.
And so, yeah, tight trigger wave right here. money flow is increasing. So I'm not really looking to short either. What I'm looking for is for this wave to come down, for the money, for this like momentum wave to come down and form like another blue trigger wave right here, a higher one. Then I want this money flow to start curving up. I'm just looking for direction with good multiple time frames to back myself up. And you don't really need to know. If you forget what the hell everything is, people like Marketcipher because it's smooth, it's easy to read, and momentum is making a major, I don't want to say comeback, but momentum precedes price action. And people are starting to find that out. And I think that's why Marketcipher, a lot of people are liking Marketcipher. You don't need to know calculus. You just want to see multiple time frames, 3 or 4 different waves and indicators going the same darn direction.
Of course.
And so like if you enter here, let's say you go long here, you enter in the red, you look to sell in the green. You start taking profit when it's right here. So if you entered here, you entered here. If you took profit here, you took profit here. Enter in the red, get out in the green. Or you short when it's in the green coming down, you short right here, and you exit your short when it's like right here. That's it. You just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
But if we, let's see, we went out from the long position and we, for example, we want to go short with this direction. In case the VWAP start to come back again, does this mean at the price going to go higher, make higher more than previous?
Well, so, I mean, the price is going to go up and down. The price is going to zigzag. What we're looking for is overall, is it going to go up? Actually, let me do this. Let me screen capture this. Okay. So, by the way, I'm not a Photoshop expert, by the way, if you can't tell, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a simple man.
Obviously.
Now we are on this is from the second tutorial video of the trade. We entered at 89.15. Darn it, this price is. Alrighty. Forgive me for my amazing Photoshop experience.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I'm raw, man. I'm raw. I just use paint.
We have the same experience.
So this is from the second tutorial video. We entered the trade at 89.15. It was like somewhere in here or something, right? So far the price is now at 89.65. So we see that the money flow is now just getting into the green. We see that the RSIs are getting higher. And so the price has gone up like $50 so far, right?
Yes.
But look at this momentum, bro. It's getting higher. It's getting higher, and everything's getting higher. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes. I have a question about this momentum.
Yes, sir.
Does this momentum, when it's got higher, like this, like those 3 at the end, does this mean when the price is going to go down, it's have to be 3 at the same, or does have nothing to do with it? The momentum is separately act by the price action.
So momentum is just momentum. Like it's just like price. It zigs and zags. So all you're really looking for, bro, is, so here's the 0 line, right? To slice everything in half. What we want to see is when momentum's down mostly on the bottom side, obviously the price is going to be down. So what we're looking for is that price reversal. So when momentum starts moving from the bottom to the upside, so from the bottom side to the top side, price action is going to follow it. Its price is still going to zig and zag, but that's what we're looking for, right? So my guess is this momentum's going to be up here and like yippee, and then start curving down, right? Just like it did over here. So overall, it's like a big snake. So we want to get in when the snake's starting to curl its head, go up, and looking for long. juxtapose. If you're looking for short, you want to see when the snake is starting to turn down.
Okay.
That's it, bro. Okay.
Very
So
easy.
right now, the snake looks like overall momentum. It was deep down here, a lot of big waves down here, and it's just starting to fill up the top side. So I think we still got room, and I stayed in the trade. We were only up $50 right here, but do you want to see what happened next?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so this is from part 3 of the video, and now we're gonna talk about exiting. So, alrighty. Do you remember where we entered? It was like 89.15. These were still green. So we like entered like right around here, 89.15. So we like entered right around here, right? The second part, we were like $50 over. So we were like right here. We were right here. You were talking about these waves, right? So now look, bro. Now look. The money flow. Boom. We're in the green now. Momentum. Bang. The R size. Blah! You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
man?
God.
And so now what's the price? 9,686. We just nailed it. Okay. Now, what about exiting? When do we nailed the entry? When do we take profits? You know? Well, the truth is, bro, is if you enter in the red, if you're looking along, then you want to take profits when it's look at the past. See how big these green waves are in the red, and so maybe you're looking to take profits when like the green's like right about here, right? And so just draw it out, like play with it, draw, forecast, just like you do with anything else. And boom, you're in profit. You can always take profits. I don't like, I always like chiseling off a little bit here, adding in a little bit there. So it's as simple as that. You want your blue waves, your money flow, your RSIs, your VWAPs, and there's a bunch of other indicators too. We're not going to be able to cover them all. But that's it, man. And the more simple you keep it, I mean, the better. You don't want to overcomplicate things,
No.
So.
But by using.
So okay, boom. Do you remember when we were looking at the 1 minute earlier?
Yeah.
Here we go. So we were right here. Okay, this is where we were, and look, boom, price came up. Now, Marketcipher, we can know the direction if it's going to go up or down. We don't always know how much.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we can estimate sometimes, like, okay, let's see this wave. So it's like, boom, I'm gonna draw and assume, okay, boom, it came down. Maybe there's going to be like this. I'm assuming this wave is going to turn into like a green wave, like right here, right? And so I'm going to get my measuring tool, this little ruler right here.
Yes.
Well, how long from now is that going to be? Measure it to like where I drew 51 minutes. So I'm going to estimate that in about 50 minutes, this wave is going to be up in the green. And I'm probably going to be looking to take profits if this was like a higher time frame, right? We're on the 1 minute now, but you're looking for the same stuff on the 2 hour, the weekly, the monthly, the 10-year. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's still time. Like right here, boom, it came up, and overall, whatever. This one had a crazy ass candle, but yeah, bro.
Let's see we want to do scalping. Which time frame do you recommend for scalping? Like for 1-2 hours trade and just get out, and what we should look before start scalping. Like you said, we have to look to the higher time frame and check we are in the right direction if we are looking too long or short, and after it, which time frame it's the best for scalping.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
There is no best time frame. All time frames. There is a time and a place. So let's say after there's like a big drop in the market, right? So like this, we're looking at oil on the 3-day, and it had like a big move. After big moves, typically things are going to be like volatile. So with like Bitcoin recently, even after a big drop, I'll go down to like the 10-minute time frames, the 5-minute. It all depends, man. It all depends. But I think I know how to answer your question. Actually, I think I know what you're asking. So a key tool that I believe is extremely underrated is the ruler, the measuring tool. So you saw me like measure how much time. So let's say if I'm looking to like scalp or trade or something or enter a trade, let's just we're just gonna pick the hourly. Okay. So let's say I don't know, I'm looking for like a long, and let's just say something happens and I enter a long right here, right? If I think the price is gonna like do this for whatever reason, well, how long is that gonna take? So I get my measuring tool, the ruler, start on this candle and measure it, and that says 21 hours. So if I think the price can go here, or even better yet, if I think this momentum wave is going to do something like this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to look for a long, maybe when the red wave's going to be right there. So then I mark this part on the map, or mark this part. How long is that going to take? Let me measure it. Boom. 21 hours. So you'd be surprised, bro. Like if you're entering trades off the 10-minute or the 15, you can be in that. Here we go. Here's an example. Okay. This is a better example, bro. Here we are on the 15-minute. We see we have a curved green wave. So I'm going to draw and kind of just assume that we're going to look something like this, right? Maybe this, something like this is my guesstimate. So how long from now will that be? 8 hours.
Oh my God.
And that's just off the 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
So when you're entering these trades, man, this is one of the biggest mistakes people make. They're looking at the 15-minute time frame, like, ooh, okay, I'm going to short this. But then, bro, they're flopping and groping every 2 minutes. It's like, bro, you got to let this play out. This is 8 hours for something realistic. And as the waves play out, you readjust your assumption drawing, right? So let's say like, okay, I might think this green wave is going to come down to the red and look like this, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's like, boop, and it's a little more green and then like that. So then you readjust your assumption. So you're always, just like any, trend lines or whatever, you're doing the same thing with oscillators and momentum, and you're still doing the same thing. You're just looking for, look at our momentum waves, right? So we have our blue waves. Let's draw like connections to the bottom. There's our bottom. Let me get rid of this. Okay. And then I'm going to connect the tops, like boom, 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 boom. And I'm kind of looking, what's this snake doing? So the snake turned its head. Now it's, coming down, so if I'm bullish, so the 12-hour, I think we got some, there was hope on the 12-hour before I draw this. You see that? So I'm going to look, at my lower time frames and be looking for this snake to start turning to the upside.
Okay.
So maybe when momentum's like boop, 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 coming up, I'm going to be looking, money flow comes like this. I'm going to be looking for something maybe right here, So, okay, how long is that away? Boom, 18 hours and 30 minutes. So just draw it out, measure everything. You're just looking for waves to go in the same direction for reversals. You want to have your higher time frames back you up and give you support, and know your time frame. Again, remember, if you're entering a trade off the 15-minute, measure it out, dude. If this turns into let me say this is a red wave. Boom, let's change the color. So okay, boom, let's say this, here we go, we got a red wave right here, right? And it's like boop,
It started, yes.
right here, right? Now I'm like, okay, so what happens if this turns into a green wave? Bada bing, right? So, okay, if I enter right here, if I enter a long right here, and I think I'm going to exit, where's the green wave's been at? Where's the top? So right here, diverge, and, what about right here? It's pretty close to the tops, right? Right here was kind of pretty close to the top. So whatever happens, I'm going to ignore the candles, ignore the price action.
Okay.
When this wave comes up in the green, like right about here, I'm gonna take profits. And what'll happen is it'll be there, and then, oh shit, the price is up here. You see what I'm saying? So
yes.
That's it, man. That's, what I'm saying?
You made it very easy. From your experience with trading, how much knowledge does the person has to have before start using Marketcipher?
So we did a survey, we did a couple surveys.
Okay.
63% of people using Marketcipher had less than 1 year of experience. 60% of that 63% had less than 6 months. A lot of them were like brand new. It depends on the person, bro. It depends on the person. Really, what's important is, do you have a little discipline, not going crazy on leverage trading?
Yeah,
risk
this is
management.
dangerous. Yes.
The amount of money you're trading it's all about your psyche. Okay, if you have $1,000 to your name, and your rent every month is like $400. If you're making $100 trades, you're going to be sweating bullets, and it's going to, when the price is zigging and zagging, you're going to freak out.
Yes.
And so number one, you got to make sure that you're trading with an amount that you can totally afford to lose. And I know it's totally cliche, but it's true.
No, it's of course correct. And by the way, guys, Crypto Phase, he is a professional trader. When you go and watch his channel, he trade with leverage, but he knows what he is doing. Don't try to do like him before understand what you are doing. You could lose whole your money. He is a professional trading. He done this for 5 years. But don't see this video and just go online, buy and go leverage with 10x. No, you will fuck up.
Listen, there's literally no reason to ever go higher than like 4 or 5x leverage if you're doing that. And when you just start, I was never a real believer in quote unquote paper trading with fake money, because it ain't the same.
Yes.
But trading, if you trade with $1, then it's realistic.
Yes.
So start with $1 in practice, and see, and try it with literally like whatever money you could wipe your butt with. If you can wipe your butt with $10, start with $10. If you can wipe your butt with 20 grand, start with 10.
Good advice. I will use this.
Man. Other than that, there's to be honest, bro, I'm running out of time here. I have to go, but we didn't cover a lot of things, the DBSI, SR, and pretty much anything on Marketcipher A. So
of course,
bro, I'm totally down to do more videos, with you, and just go to the tutorials, and I'm sure you're gonna do more videos on it too, and
yes,
I'm gonna hook you up with like a discount link too, man. So
thank you.
That's what I got for you for now. That's all I want. Just basic strategy. Go to the tutorials. I'm a little long-winded, but just watch the darn tutorials. Don't listen to anyone else. Just your own darn self, and be careful with your money out there. Don't trade with what you cannot wipe your butt with.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that you made time for us and you came for us. And eventually, for everyone you are going to purchase Marketcipher, you will find discount code, like he said, down at the comment, and you will find a link for a CryptoFace YouTube channel. You can follow him, see how many times he trade lives, and try to learn from him before you start or purchase the thing. See him, how many times he trade, and then you are good to go. And thank you again. I am really glad that you made it, man.
Thank you, brother. God bless you, and I appreciate it. And we're gonna stay in touch. And man, I love sheiks are some of my. I had a sheik one time I traded for, and man, I lost him a bunch of money when I was young, dude, and I'll never forget him. And I just he was so cool about it too.
Okay.
And so if Sheik, if you're out there, man, and you happen to watch this video, man, you're awesome, and I'm sorry, and reach out to me. Yes, it was years. This was a long time ago, bro. But this Sheik, man, he hit me up when I was just a young pup, and man, I took my licks, man. And
oh my God, yeah, it really sucks. Thank you again, man. I am really glad that you made it. Thank you very much.
All right, brother. I'll see you around.
See you. Thank you very much.